And then I think another thing I wanted to get to was like, we have addressed it, I feel like, multiple times over, but like the helplessness thing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And also I want to speak to it from the perspective of you know, people who they agree with what we're saying, but they're probably going, really? Okay, yeah, but like, really? Like, what do you expect me to do?
Mm-hmm.
What am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
And from my standpoint, the reason why the digital Zion shit is so important is that it gives us an opportunity to start developing technology that does make it easier for us to connect with other people who share these values and ideas, and to do it in a secure way, as secure as you can do it digitally, and in a way that's democratically. I do feel like we can use technology at that juncture of the conversation to help people autonomously, in the truest sense of the word, organize with each other, spontaneously organize with each other around these particular kinds of things. I don't think the answer is 400 million is the one single portal to world revolution. Like, I don't, that's not going to happen, you know, but it's like, I think it's helpful to think about things in that way, because that's really what the struggle is for wherever you're at. Is you're like, okay, where do I, who do I even start with? I don't know anyone who thinks these things around me or in my friend group. How the fuck am I supposed to connect with them and then get on this sort of like track to where I'm free, or I'm in this liberated space that you keep talking about, you know? And I feel like technology has to be a part of it at a certain level.
Yeah, no, I think so.
Because it's here. It's not going anywhere.
For sure.
Yeah, it's not going anywhere. It's here.
Yeah,
right.
Like Discord and all this stuff isn't going to be enough. And the last thing I want to reiterate is there is, like I said it already, like we got to this understanding in this place by studying revolutionary history, by debating and arguing with people, by asking uncomfortable questions. So it's like, none of this is to say that it's not worth like wrestling with different kinds of left theory and writers and tendencies or whatever. It's just like, just to understand what it is and what it isn't.
Right.
And like, for me personally, I am discouraging people from like trying to get like comfortable and cozy in leftist as your thing and your
that's
identity.
Huge.
I think you're shooting yourself in the foot, and you're limiting yourself.
And you're gonna look back and be embarrassed too.
Maybe.
I think you're gonna look, maybe not embarrassed, but like you're gonna look back and be like, I was wasting time. Subscribing to some fucking streamer and going on his stream every day and listening to him to react to every tweet, video, Vine, and whatever. I mean, it's just like,
I can't imagine that. I can't imagine that personally.
I think it's a lot of kids, but I'm afraid, because that's a tendency that will go to adulthood.
Yeah.
You'll be ready for whatever the next fucking rich jerk off that's telling you, that's teaching you about socialism, whatever the next grift is, you're going to be there for it, you know.
And those people can change. They can put their money where their mouth is any fucking day, any day now. Just try and have conversations when the cameras aren't on, when the stream isn't on. Try and intimately meet with people. Meet people where they're at, see how they can actually be a part of something transformative. Any of these people can do this any day now. They can do it if they want.
Right.
This is not a bad, from me, it's not a bad faith critique.
Yeah.
It's just the passion and it comes from a place of frustration because we're wasting time.
As long as your intention is not to, like, you know, try to push dogma or dominate me,
or make it a cult around you, because they're used to that. Cult of personality. I built a singular platform just for me, and I'm the voice of reason here, and I have to protect that image because it's about me, and I got to keep the machine going.
Right.
That's a tricky thing, isn't it?
Yeah. It's
That's
like,
a tricky thing.
I don't have any bad faith. I think the metaphor you used is so good. And I've already used it before to describe it to other people, but like keeping the door open.
Yeah.
Like, door's always open. Doors always open.
To people who are about it and are serious.
Yeah. But so it's like I don't have bad faith, but at the same time, until proven otherwise, there is a degree of like it does seem a little like you're just conditioned into it. It's not.
Like you could be too far gone.
Yeah. Right. Because it's like, what is that satisfying? You know what I mean? In you, what's
and they'd have to be honest with themselves about that. That's a lot to ask. An individual person to be honest with themselves.
And I think it's an extension. It's an extension of this sort of neural pathway of owning people on the internet. I think is a big part of it, and that's the only like mode of communication we know is, reacting to something and then owning it and blah blah blah. Right. Like, notice we don't pull up fucking shit on this show most of the time. If it is, it's Shia LaBeouf in 2001 reading a poem. I mean, it's like we don't react to any other motherfuckers at all.
It's just for memories. It's not for
for
some tropical shit.
Yeah. We're not sitting here going. Wow, do you see that? You see how he paused it? You see how he did that?
Oh no! Yeah. Oh no! Absolute piece of shit. Should die for that. He should die for that. Hey, what's going on, chat? Can you?
We're just like, to be fair, God, can you believe what this guy's doing?
Okay, to be fair though, he should die for that. Whoever he is. He knows who he is.
Oh yeah, no, he should totally die for that. Chat, donate, please.
Chat, kill him. Chat.
And then just getting pissed at your chat. You guys, you're fucking idiots. That's not what it. That's what. Oh my god, I'm tired of. And it's just like a bunch of emojis, and it's like this is who's triggering you. Is
just a bunch of like
chat,
just a bunch of milk bottle emojis.
You guys, it's like. Those are 17-year-olds. Those are 17.
You don't even know. You don't even know.
That's the masses.
Yeah. You don't even know. It's just input to you.
Yo, that's the masses. That is the masses right there.
Oh, God. That's so dark. It's like you don't have the self-awareness to see yourself. Like,
bro,
you are like a character in a modern day like comedy, like a montage in a movie, like a Judd Apatow.
It's like a Black Mirror episode.
Yeah, like a Black Mirror episode. Yeah.
I wonder if Kai Cenat ever watches himself back and is just like, I really say chat like that? Is that?
Yeah, bro. That's another.
Another thing that I just
another one.
I'm just putting together. Andrew Tate organizes his fucking base.
Right.
That's sick fuck.
Right.
Compound in fucking Romania, they're paying $5,000 to fucking fly out and train with a set of mixed martial artists that he has. But like, it's like this like fascist.
He's really like, doing like the trafficking of men. The men version of trafficking. He's trafficking women and then also trafficking men by tricking them into thinking they'll be alphas.
But if that isn't a sign of like, oh, this isn't enough. Like what's going on is not enough.
Right.
Same thing with Elliot Holst and all these. They are getting people off of their asses into some reactionary ass organizational infrastructure. That might be it's just a money making opportunity for them. But who knows how far they'll stretch that. That's where we start getting into the shit we were talking about in that episode way, way, way back.
Yeah.
All of a sudden we got YouTuber fascists with fucking armies. Militias.
Yeah. I mean, isn't Black Hammer or whatever basically that too? Isn't that what that shit's called?
Are they still fucking
I'm sorry, y'all can cut that out, but I just really want you were talking about leftists collabing with fascists, and I was thinking about that earlier.
Yeah, that happened, but it's such an incoherent mess.
Yeah, I don't know if I would even call it a collab. That's like
no, it got to that point. Well, their leader, supreme leader, got to the point where what was it, Richard Spencer or like somebody?
I'm saying I feel like they're just straight up fascist themselves. I wouldn't even call it a collab with fascists.
But like that, they're so reactionary, they're finding themselves overlapping with white supremacists.
Yeah, right.
It was the Proud Boys. I think it was Gavin McInnes type shit. But yeah, no, it's all that shit is the same shit as the white leftist guys on Twitter who think they're working class when really they're babies like the rest of them. And it's those manosphere people who like do you know they offer like Navy SEAL buds training, but that's not real. Like you can be like a middle management guy at a insurance company and go do Navy SEAL training because they offer that.
Yeah.
Like, what a scam! It's that. It's like the overcompensation of not being very competent or like strong individual, I guess, because of capitalism. But
and I will say it is easier to get people to do things in a certain way when you have those type of authoritarian politics, because you're preying on people's fear.
Yeah.
And you're preying on people's insecurities. You're letting them, instead of
encouraging them in their head.
Yeah.
You're talking to that.
Yeah. Instead of encouraging them to look inward and challenge those ideas and from the bottom up with other people, even with you, to decide things together, you're leaning into that vulnerability. You're exploiting it to get them to do what you want them to do. For whatever reason you say you're doing it, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we could probably talk for hours upon hours upon hours about so many different parts of that part of the conversation. But I at least wanted to get some of that